What's going on? Oh, I knew I forgot something. There we go. What's going on, everybody? Guess I need to catch up here. Guys started having a conversation while I was getting everything ready. Alrighty, let's catch up here. Zishan, you were first if you're still here. Enrique, what's up, Vincenzo? Mom, Brian, nice to see you guys here as always, doing your thing. Pays me to sing you can start without me. Yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the helm there while I was getting started. Yeah, not gonna lie, I was finishing up a raid in Escape from Tarkov. I was playing with a buddy. Usually we're pretty quick. We started at 9 or 8:30. Usually they only take like 20 minutes, but we kind of got caught in a situation and it ended up taking a little bit longer. I thought I started the stream so you guys would at least see the stream starting thing, but I forgot to hit go live, so that was my fault. Sorry about that. I got to see my new granddaughter, my niece, tonight, so that was amazing. She was 5 weeks early and in the NICU, so I was finally able to hold her. Yeah, I'm a little jelly. Yep. Comes the unpacking and unpacking. Yeah, not looking forward to that. Three of everything, huh? 3 pizza cutters? Yeah, mom has a problem with things in the kitchen. She's like, "Oh, look at this cool little gadget." And I'm like, there's already one right there. Special promo code for anyone who needs it. Oh, hey, Tim. What's up, DM? Good to see you in here, too. All right, all caught up. Yeah, if throughout you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. But I figured we would just kind of go over the last 3 weeks since I haven't really had this Friday night live stream the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So, but first, grab one of these. Cheers, everybody. I've needed this one. I haven't had one in a while. Wish David was here. Thomas, what's up, man? I heard the good news, man. So happy for you, seriously. But you already know that. He skipped right over all the Pornhub. Did you notice? Wait, what Pornhub? I do watch my fair share of Pornhub. All right, so where do we start? Let's go to the calendar. Take a look at the calendar. Since this was the last day of the month, right? We had one red day this month. It was a pretty small one as well. This is another pretty slow month, but been a while since I tuned in. Love this channel. Appreciate that, Tony. Yeah, Thomas, dude, I'm so happy for you. Sorry. I'm still finishing up the end of mocking my friend. Brad, what's up, man? Hey, man, Brad, I'm hungry. Can you bring me some pastries up north? Because I think you're down south, right? All right. 3 weeks ago, that was this week. This was like the slowest week I think we had. Actually, the next week don't look that much better. All right. Sorry, you guys have my full attention. All right, last 3 weeks. Sorry, I feel like such a bad person for taking a sec there. Okay. So 3 weeks ago, I got to go back to the calendar. It was the 12th. All right. I don't think we really had anything happen that was too crazy. Yeah, so that was the day I traded Tesla. Nothing. I mean, I don't really. I mean, everything. I'm starting to feel like Brian more and more because Brian will always tell you, that it's the same stuff another day, and it's like, I mean, if you guys look at how this is going, minus the one trade that I keep telling you guys about, the Envis trade, which I'm just giving myself a mulligan on that one. I mean, we're doing well. So the only reason I'm not scaling up, a lot of people keep asking me like, dude, look how consistent you are. When are you going to scale up? And it's like, well, I'm going to, but I would like to get moved into the new house and get settled. And I just really think that that will be the best, like the best way to go about it. I already have a lot of added stress with packing, the new house, the kids. Like everyone seems to be sick lately. Just obviously still dealing with the whole COVID crap. And it's just a lot going on right now. And even though, yeah, sure, I'm being consistent at the moment, but I don't plan to not be consistent, after we move. And I haven't rushed anything thus far. So why rush anything now? And just wait till I get to like a mindset where I'm in the new place, everything's set up, we're all settled. Like none of that added stress of wondering, okay, we still have to close, we still have to move, we still have to unpack, we still have to, get our oldest signed up for kindergarten. We have to, like, there's so many different things happening right now in my life, like outside of trading, that are just added possible stressors that I don't want to add another additional stress of scaling up. So I'm gonna get there. It's just a matter of when. So kids aren't stressful. Yeah, that's because you're not the one taking care of them every day. But I mean, I no, dude, I'm trading for like $10 each trade. Like when I scale up, it's not gonna be too much money. The thing is, when I first started trading, like if we go back, take a look at this. Oh, hold on. I don't want to do it there. We'll do it here. This will show you the same thing. This is my entire trading journey thus far. But back here, look at the swings I had. They were, I was trading, and there was some trades where I was winning and losing $500 to $1,000, and I literally had a $5,000 account. Now, granted, this was when I first started trading, so the swings were kind of crazy. And looking back and like looking at the trades that I took then, it was complete luck, just like to get back up to where I was up here. And as you can see, I haven't gotten back up to this part, but I mean, from where I was, we've made a pretty good steady comeback. I don't even remember. Was this the Invis trade? Yeah, it was. And but just look how consistent I've been, like from this point, right? Uh, I mean, I can literally tell you my career looking at this. Tried to trade like Ross. Started to realize that was BS. Started just trading things that I thought would work, like crossovers and VWAP bounces and stuff like that. And we went on a little bit of a tear, but it was a bull market then, and soon found out pretty quickly that they don't always win. Started to lose a little bit more, won a little bit, and then this was OCX. OCX is actually right before I met Brian and became a part of ISW. And I'll never forget that trade. Sitting there trading, my oldest at the time, I think he was, 2? Yeah, he was 2. He had to go to the bathroom. This is back when they were both home. I was taking care of both of them. And he had to go to the bathroom. And I was in OCX for 1,000 shares on a day that it ran. And I was up like $200 on the trade. And it was coming down to a pretty obvious support level. And I thought, it was going to bust through. And at the same time, that's when my son was like, Daddy P. So I'm like, I want this to break that support. Worst case scenario, it comes back up. I probably stop out break even, whatever. I come back. It's literally like 3.5, 4 minutes later, taking him to the bathroom, getting it all done, and then coming back. As I sit down, the stock is halted $1.30 against me. So if you want to do the math with 1,000 shares, I went from being up $200 to down $1,300, like within the span of 3.5, 4 minutes, for taking my kid to the bathroom. Because it bounced off of that support and went straight up and halted. And I was as I sat down, I'm like looking at my screen, like I was like confused, like something's wrong. And the reason this trade is such a pivotal moment in my career is because my career was literally on the line because of this trade, because I was literally a deer in headlights, and I never added, I never did anything. I just had those 1,000 shares, and it came out of the halt, went higher, and then kept on going and kept on going, and it kept on going. And I think at the end of the day, I want to say it was at a whole dollar. And if it went through that whole dollar, I was going to get margin called. Like I was there. That was my trading career, just sitting there waiting to be taken from me. And somehow the trading gods said, no, we're not done with you yet. And I avoided that. It went to like, I want to say it was $7, and it went to like 6.89 and dropped back down. And I slowly like out now at the end of that day, out of my 1,000 shares, they actually had to margin call. I think it was like 280 shares so that I could meet the margin requirements of 2-to-1 overnight. And then literally throughout like the rest of the week, as the price started to come down, I started like scaling out on dips, and that was that. I ended up it would have been like a $4,000-ish loss, which would have been the full margin call at the time, and that was all I had. Versus I think I ended up losing like in total like 1,500, something like that. So yeah, it was a pivotal moment because yeah, I lost a lot, and it was pretty crappy how I lost it. I didn't have a plan. It was also at this time that I realized I needed some structure. I can't just be walking away from my computer and coming back and basically my account is almost blown up because of it. At this point, I don't even think I really knew how to set stops at this point still, even with these fluctuations. Like I was literally the 90% at this point. And then I met Brian, and actually I believe it was like right here. It was like February 6th or 7th, I think. And then I ended up taking a loss, and after watching, because I was just trying to follow, which you should obviously never do. And but then I started to learn, and as you can see, I started to figure it out. And this was when everything was just easy. It was so easy because I wasn't thinking. I wasn't overthinking. And we came up, and we had a nice little thing going, and then we ran into MTSI. We actually started to scale up here. We started to scale up, looking to, because we were keeping track of all this, just on a different, it was actually stocktrader.net, I think, stock journal, tradingjournal.net. I don't know. They're not around anymore. I think it was stocktrader.net. And we saw that we were back green, and we were like, all right, let's ramp it up now. And that was when we ran into MTSI. And if you ever look at the MTSI chart, you'll be like, that's not something you would trade. But back then, I was trading those, and I was fighting them because I didn't know any different. I had never fought one before. Like everything from this point up to this point, I didn't really fight anything. Look, I mean, you can see, and I was only taking like one trade a day. So it was, I made all this money just from like one trade a day. And, but I was trading bigger size. And then that's why when MTSI came along, you can see I went from 300 back down to negative. It was like, I'm pretty sure, like after commissions and everything, it was a little over $1,000 I lost on that one. And that was a bad trade. Let's see if they have the chart for it, if it goes back that far. Yeah, so it was 990.63, but that's before commissions, and I had a bunch of tickets on it. You can see all the tickets. Yeah, like my starter on this was 200, which obviously you haven't seen me take that lately. So these arrows are all messed up, but they're supposed to be like over here, and as we went up, but we started it, as you can see, right here, and as you can see, this thing just grinded up. It was just a grinder. And we just sat there and we kept adding and trying to recycle shares. And it eventually, and as you can see, it just kept going sideways and sideways. And I believe it was this line here that we added again, trying to get this to fall over. And then when it went high of day right here, this was our final cut right there. So, I mean, this is what grinders do, right? So this is why I don't play grinders anymore. Nowadays, you'd see me get into this trade like over here after it makes this pullback. If it doesn't work, you see me getting out of those trades here, right? But I didn't know that back then. It takes trades like these to make you learn stuff like that, which is why everyone will always tell you screen time is invaluable, because that's how you learn these things. So, all right, let's go back to so then MTSI happened, and we had, I think that was the month we took off. I'm not sure. Let me see. I think it might have been LYV. No, it was this one. So we had the big loss on MTSI, and you'll see we kept trading, but we weren't really getting anywhere because we were so low on funds. We only had like $1,000, but was working hard on the side, umpiring, all that good stuff. And you'll see right here, it skips the month of June. So we go from May straight to July, because that was when I added back to my account another $5,000. So I think I had like a little under 1,000. So I added $4,000 to get back to the $5,000. Whatever it was to get back to $5,000 is what I added. So I'm pretty sure we were like $9,200 in total at this point. And as you can see, we got our shit together and we started to get back at it, and we were doing really good. And we weren't doing anything different. We were just doing the same thing. And we learned how to lose a little bit better. As you can see, like we don't have any like huge losses in here. And then we started to ramp it up again. And then I started to scale up again. I actually scaled up like back here a little bit. And it was like 2 trades before LYV. LYV is what this is, which was an afternoon trade on news that essentially did the same thing. Let's see if they have this one. And I got cocky with it. I used normal size. I didn't use like a smaller size, and I started adding to it like crazy. So as you can see, that was a big loser, and this one does actually have the right. And it was one of those ones where there was news. It went straight up. It gave a little bit of a pullback here, but I kept adding to it like crazy. And then if I would have just cut it here, right, like I would probably now, it would have been a lot less of a loss. But as you can see, I kept fighting it. And this is what made me realize I literally went back to doing what I did on MTSI. And in both cases, if we go back and look at the overview, it was right after I scaled up. And it was like my confidence was at an all-time high both times. But both times I didn't know how to lose, right? I always say this. I say this all the time. What defines you as a trader is not how you win, because anyone can win. How you lose is what's going to define you, right? Because I can win a lot, but then if I take one loss and it wipes out literally everything I gained in one trade, you can't do that. You can't do that, right? Again, this didn't wipe out everything, but it was a lot. It was about half of it. And after that LYV trade, that was when Tinker Tim came in. And this is the period of my life, my trading career. So from December all the way until December. So pretty much a full year. So what happened throughout this year was me trying to find the Holy Grail basically with the strategy I was using. So I was essentially trying to implement my strategy, but at the same time, find a way with risk management implied to not lose as much when I did lose. But as you can see, all it did was, okay, it worked a little bit, then lost, and then I would try something else. Worked a little bit, tried, lost, would try something else. Worked a little bit, tried something, lost, and I kept doing it over and over again. And I don't know what trade this was, but it was a pretty decent loss. And I just kept doing the same thing. You can see it. It starts to work for a little bit, I lost. And I literally kept changing something. That's what I did every time. I would change something, it'd work for a little bit, I'd lose. Change something, it'd work for a little bit, I'd lose. Change something, it'd work for a little bit, I'd lose. And it just kept happening over and over and over again. And I just finally, it was almost on cue for a New Year's resolution. At the beginning of this year, I was looking at this essentially, and I'm like, what was I doing over here that I'm not doing over here? And I was like, looking back, it's literally 2 trades, MTSI and LYV. And I spent the whole year trying to figure out how to not let 2 trades happen. And in reality, it was simple. Just keep trading the same way, but put a freaking max loss on everything. And that's what I did. And I'm trading no differently than I did over here and over here. I'm just looking. I mean, it's more defined. I have more experience reading the charts, et cetera, et cetera. That's invaluable. But at the same time, I'm literally trading extended FOMO, intense moves, looking for the pullback. That's all I was doing over here. If you go back and watch like some of the first videos on my channel back from here in February of 2019, you'll see that's essentially what I was doing. And that's all I'm doing now, just with a lot more knowledge and understanding how to lose, and also having a max loss on any given day. My max loss was this right here. This move down right here. That was my max loss. That's the max I can lose any given day. That's way different than here and here, right? It's a little different. And that's really all I did, minus obviously the knowledge and whatnot. So I've been ignoring the chat, and now I'm seeing that maybe I'm glad that I am. Here, let me catch up. I'll go back up to where I know I stopped because it was Brian who said Tinker Tim. Yeah, I'm glad we're past that too. Yeah, I'm drinking. I will donate $50 if Tim reads the chat within 5 minutes. Has it been 5 minutes? Wait, why do I owe you 50? Oh, let me skim. I don't want your 50. I just want your driver. 6. He hates us. Yeah, I do owe GDT some purple polka dots. Pink, whatever. How did it go from you'll give me $50 if I read the chat within 5 minutes versus I owe you $50? Don't read this, damn. Timestamp times 30. What? Tim should bring back drunk Tim. I'm trying to get there. And it's your rules. It's your money. We can't have a drunk stream until I'm in the new place, because I have to actually drive home after the stream right now. Oh, the man what? I'm trying to think if there was any like interesting trades throughout this last couple weeks. I just honestly, like personally, I don't necessarily look at like the P&L curve. I mean, I have it because I keep track of everything and I journal. And without this, I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing right now. Without all of this beforehand, like I would not be where I am today and feel as consistent as I am today. And sure, I'm not even up to the most I've profited, overall, from an account standpoint. But at the same time, I feel that this over here is someone who knows how to trade, where over here, I didn't have a clue at what I was doing. And I was just talking to one of my buddies earlier about this, and he was like, dude, he's like, I made, like $6,000 trading, I think it was like JAG-X or something, like back when it pumped one day. And I was like, but can you do it again? And he was like, what are you talking about? I just made $6,000. And I'm like, yeah, cool. You made $6,000. We'll do it again. And a lot of these guys aren't going to be able to do it, right? Like ever. And everyone can go to the roulette table and put money on a number and hit it, right? It's just the odds. Like odds are going to go in your favor every once in a while. Like you're going to hit those odds every once in a while. But the thing about this is I feel like the odds are in my favor now. Back here, I didn't feel that way. Obviously, this whole year, I didn't feel that way. This whole year, I felt like I wasn't going to be a successful trader. I felt like none of this in the past mattered. I felt like I just didn't understand what I was doing. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out my way of trading. And then I just woke up. I always try to explain it like, think of a bunch of gears, like little gears, and you're just that, like every like if you take this red section here and this green section here, and they're two different gears, and then this red section is a gear, this red section is a gear, this green section is another gear over here, and it's like all they were doing was just being built so that eventually they can all be connected and start to turn the main gear that is meant, to be, kind of thing. I need to think of a better way to describe it, because that's kind of a crappy one, but I feel like it gets the point across. Without building all of those tiny gears, you would never be able to get to that final gear being built. And it's like I said, anyone can get lucky, but being able to get lucky consistently, that's a whole different story. Alrighty. But yeah, since the beginning of the year, that's what we're looking at. I like looking at this one better because it shows every single trade. I don't know, it just looks better to me. All right, where are we at? The one yesterday that you said you effed up. When you coming to trade with me? I don't know. Dude, I'll promise you guys, I will make this a promise. I will add more polka dots. I'll put polka dots in places they shouldn't be or something. The first Friday night live stream that I do in the new house, which should be the 21st, because we close on the 13th. The movers are moving our stuff the 17th, but that doesn't mean my computer's going to be moved. But I'm thinking throughout this week, one day, I'm going to just, because after they move everything, I'm going to get the office set up, like the desk and everything like that. And then I'm just going to move my computer one day. So I'm thinking probably one night, it'd probably be like Wednesday, I'll do that. And then so that way the 21st, I'll do the live stream from the new place. I'm thinking that'll be the best. And then my wife's birthday is this Sunday, the 23rd. So I promise you guys, the 21st, we will do the old shots and beers, and I will be feeling good the night of the 21st. Started with an F. Let's see. Oh, no, you're talking about VXRT when we ran out of shares. I probably can just pull the chart up. I should obviously still have it. Yeah, it was this one right here. I'll get to that in a second. Let me catch up in chat real quick. But yeah, Justin, I will come trade with you whenever. We should definitely organize that. I think that'd be cool. I'm still waiting to see your second studio. When are we going to see that? It was intense. I SS it. I then took money. Pretty much sums it up. I mean, yeah, I'm starting to feel that way. Like how I'm starting to understand what Brian was getting at when he's like, like, I don't know any other way to explain it to you guys. What do you mean I'm about to roll again? Shots, no chat within 5 minutes? What? Did I win that one? Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't 5 minutes that time. 6K a day, that's a dream come true. I mean, my goal, honestly, by the end of the year, I would like to be making at least somewhere above 300 a day. Like, that's my goal. By the end of the year, I would like to be aiming at around 300 a day. And then by the end of next year, I'm really hoping that we've built a big cushion at that point to where I can try to get up to that $1,000 a day. Like that, my ultimate goal is that $1,000 a day. I do think I'll probably end up pushing it a little bit more than that. So that like maybe I'll aim for 2,000, but it's kind of like what Brian does. I don't know his exact numbers, but I know he has a number that he's happy with, and he will be okay if he only hits that number, but he usually shoots for above that number. Yeah, I'll never be as good as B. I always say I just want to be like 10% of what Brian is. I mean, he's just a beast. What he does on a daily basis, it just baffles my mind. Like, he gets in the trades, and I'm just like, what does he see? And then he's like, money, money, money. And I'm like, what did he see? That guy's awesome. Yeah. Oh, Brian. We all need to get on Mad-As level. You mean the guy who lost $1.8 million this month? Nah, that dude's nuts. Mad-As treats this like a video game. Yeah, this is that one that I wasn't getting filled, and I had to. This one was a sketchy one. I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about it here in a sec. New house that I hit the lotto. Yeah, I married a wife that makes a good amount of money, and my mom is moving into the in-law suite and paying her portion. So yeah, I'm rich now. I have movers and everything. No, I'm not rich. I hope to be one day. I would like to live a life where money does not matter. That's all I care. Having to make decisions because of money, it really kills me. Like, you guys recently have heard me talk about my dog, Subi. That's the one that kills me the most right now, because money is keeping me away from getting her, like, because she's blind now, and it just kills me, because knowing she knows where she's at in our current house at all times, because she's been living there before she was blind, but now we're going to move into this new house, and she isn't going to have a clue where she's at, and she's going to probably be like, WTF, and I feel so bad. I just feel so bad. I don't really know like how else to put it, but money is the only thing, because she has cataracts, so she can get the cataract surgery in just one of her eyes, and she would actually at least be able to see. And just knowing that we can't necessarily afford it, and it's like, it sucks. It sucks. Brad should definitely join us. We can have like a little this is going to be funny, Justin. We can have a fully vaccinated trading room. For anybody that watched the NFL draft last night, we'll get that. What is my risk percentage? If I hit max loss, it's actually less than 1% right now of my overall account, if that's what you're asking. Nah, Zishan, I don't think I'll ever stop live streaming. I just might do it in a different way. 1K a day with the strategy seems too aggressive. Think about the losers too. Well, you always have to think about the losers. It would be no different than me trading the way I am now. If I'm trading to make $50 a day now and my max loss is $300, I would want to make sure that my bankroll, my overall account, can withstand that. So if my account is $30,000 and I'm only risking $300 a day, that's less than 1%. So if I want to risk, if I'm trying to make $1,000 a day, that would mean on any given day I'd be risking $6,000. If I want that to be 1% of my account, I would need $600,000. So it's all relative. It's all a matter of what you have in your account. It's not like I'm just going to start right now trying to make $1,000 a day. No, I'm going to build my way up to that. It's no different. Like if anyone's played poker It's no different than having the proper bankroll for the right game. Like if you're playing cash games and you're playing 1-3, like you should have 50, probably even 100 buy-ins to that game before you play it. And if you do, and then if you want to scale up to 2-5, you should then have 100 buy-ins of that game before you could technically scale up. So you play 1-3 until you build up to that roll where you have 100 buy-ins of 2-5. And that's how you would do. It's no different. It's just money management. $1K a day easily doable. Yeah, 100%. I mean, look at Mataz. I mean, he's not trading anything like crazy size. I mean, like some of these big winners and losses he has, it's with like 10,000 shares of Tesla. I mean, granted, yeah, Tesla moves a lot, but it just goes to show you it only takes 10,000 shares. Like that's not a lot when that thing's trading, millions a day. So you have to. We're just small peas. We're pawns. You just got to be the smart pawns. Yeah, Mataz is definitely up quite a bit, Zishan. Yeah, money does suck. Yes.
Do you see my Hangout chat?
No, let me check. What? What are you talking about?
It's there.
I don't see anything.
You gotta look straight at the camera.
Oh, that it's because I have this open. When there's too much light in one spot because of the lighting, it's because of the green screen. Sorry, Mom was asking what that white brick was on my forehead. It's just because of the lighting. That's another thing I won't have to worry about in the new place. I'm in an unfinished basement, so putting up the green screen was just a way to get rid of that. That was my mom's, Ishan. But yeah, DM, I agree. Money is BS. He just bought a new house. I'm expecting that video to come out soon. I was actually playing the guessing game in my head, trying to like think of how much he spent on a house, and obviously knowing him, he's probably doing something crazy. Excuse me. Yeah, we have a cone for her DM, and it will definitely be on her for a while. It's better than losing 1.8 million, keeping it. When is the next GDT junk live stream? Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe we could do it together. We definitely need to collab at some point. I mean, we're too close not to. Don't have dog insurance? No. No, we were very blessed with our oldest dog, Rags. He has been the healthiest dog. I think the only problem he ever had was he had to get some teeth pulled out. And I mean, other than that, he has been amazing. And I think we were just spoiled with him. And so it never really even crossed our mind. But Subi now that she's turning 10, yeah, she's definitely not the healthiest. Diabetes and cataracts in both eyes. Just all these different. It's a pain. It's definitely a pain. So like next Saturday. What are you willing to lose if your stop hits? I don't know what you're saying. Is it a solid number or a variable? It's a number that I have hard coded. Hold on, I'll show you. So so as you can see here, it's set up so when net P&L hits 300 in total loss, realized plus unrealized. So it's something that IB offers through DOS that you can set up so you can have a max loss into there. But I I don't ever get to that point. I think the highest I ever got before that Envis trade was like 150. And then that actually ended up being a decent winner. Um, but the Envis trade was just, it was a perfect storm. I got the call, I got on that call from CMEG. It's the only reason I was actually back at the computer because I was talking to them because I thought it was going to be something important. Like they're, talking about coming to the US and stuff like that. I thought they were just going to talk about moving forward. And, I hadn't made my review video for them this year because I was waiting because I wanted to make a video based off of all the stuff that they were going to be doing up and coming. And so I was waiting to get the go ahead for that. And they kind of threw a curveball at me, saying, hey, we need to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was about that. And little did I know they were actually saying no more promo codes. And I was like, what do you mean no more promo codes? And they're like, well, we're not going to do promo codes anymore. And they were, I guess, trying to get ahead of what SureTrader was going through because apparently even though SureTrader hasn't been around for a while, they're still like going through lawsuits and whatnot. And I guess CMEG was saying that they're trying to get ahead of it, making sure that they don't have to go through that. And so one of the ways to do that was to get rid of, the affiliations with the promo codes. So it was a blow because it was a good source of passive income. And they didn't just cut it off cold turkey. So everyone that had signed up under me, like their accounts are still there. But when their accounts are gone, there's obviously no new people to add at that point. So I'm still getting that passive income, but it will dwindle down until obviously everyone is gone. However, they had mentioned that they're going to be opening up not only in the US, but as well as Canada. And when they open up in Canada, they're saying that they plan to do exactly like they are right now in Trinidad and Tobago. So, and they say it's going to happen by the end of the year. So hopefully we can, get that passive income stream back up and rolling, like start actually getting some new clients, through the Canada accounts and stuff like that. And, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, that was that day that Envis happened. I literally get off the call and like 5 minutes later, I saw Envis on the scanners because I just happened to be sitting at my computer. I saw Brian, David, like everyone was like Envis, like, and I'm like, you know what? Like I was just like, I need to make some money. And so not only did I go in full size in the afternoon on a trade that was obviously news driven, where I would typically go in like 25% share size, I went double my full size that I was currently using at the time. So I literally went 8x with my starter that I would typically take on a trade in the afternoon like that. And not only did I go 8x, but like it was almost like every little push it made above that, I was just adding and adding. And like I was hammering the crap out of this thing. I was being emotional. And I will tell you right now, thankfully, I had that max loss set on my account because if I didn't, the way that trade played out, it would have hit hard. It would have hit really hard because we'll look at the chart real quick. It just kept going. So you can see I started it way down here, added quickly, added again, and I didn't cut here, added again, and then I got one final add, and I realized I looked at my P&L real quick, and I was like, oh crap, I can't really add anymore. And sure enough, it went up, and literally right at the top of that candle, it triggered my max loss and took us out. So obviously got a little bit of slippage there as well. But yeah, it was that was a tough one. I mean, you guys don't see me trade like this. It was an emotional trade, and that's why I said I like to give myself a mulligan on it, because I don't think I typically would have traded something that way, and it got me. So that's why you can't trade with your emotions. But thankfully, like I was saying, the max loss was there, and I didn't lose more than that, because it would have been a lot worse, because you saw that chart. It just kept going higher, and it could have been real bad. So gave up on poker. I should just stick with trading and real estate. I play poker. I still play poker, but it's more just for fun, and it's because I know I'm a lot better than a lot of people, and I'm not trying to brag. It's just true. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I still watch a lot of videos on advanced like strategy and whatnot. So I definitely feel like if I go to the casino, I'm probably ahead of the game. Or like if I ever go to like a home game or something like that, I feel like I'm, going to be a little bit more knowledgeable and can play a little bit. Like I would have an edge, is what I'm getting at. But I don't necessarily. There's so many good players at poker now that it's just such a hard game. Like when you get to a certain level, it's just such a hard game to beat. That it to me, it's just not really worth it. Like your edge is lower and lower. But here in the market, man, I mean, you find a good edge and put a good strategy around it. I can see how it can be way better than poker. Because at poker, there's still like a lot of luck involved. Like you can go like you could wait for pocket aces every single time. Like if you got pocket aces every single time, like you're still gonna lose a lot, and there's a lot of luck involved with it, and there's a lot of luck involved with the market as well. Nobody knows what the market's gonna do, minus maybe the market makers that are controlling it. But poker, it's just all odds, it's all numbers when you really get down to the nitty gritty of it. Yep, it was the mummy, not the wife. Imagine his trading room. Who, Madaz? Yo, what's up, boys? Do you have backup money in case you hit max loss? What do you mean backup money? Max loss is 1% of my total account. My account balance as of today, well, as of after today, it'll be 30,500 something around there. Man, what's up? Hey, you're one of the ones that came in the stream the other day. The Black Man's Guide to Bitcoin. I remember you. It's understandable, but still sucks. What? Now I'm confused. I don't know what you guys are answering. Oh, you should do affiliate marketing with Amazon. I don't really see the benefit in that. What was your profession before trading? So I worked for my local government for almost 10 years, and then we had kids, and my job, didn't pay that great, even being there for 10 days or 10 years. Sorry, 10 days. So when it came time to pay for childcare or, continue working kind of thing, it made more sense for me to stay home with the kid. And it was actually at the same time that we moved to Florida for the 3 months that we did. So when we moved, that was actually when I quit my job, retired from my job, and became a stay-at-home dad. And I didn't really do anything for that next year and a half, almost 2 years, and then randomly came across it's funny how I actually came across trading to begin with. There was a guy, his name was Jesse, that I was playing Rocket League with, and he was infatuated with Ricky Gutierrez. And he was like, dude, you should check him out. You should check him out. Like, not even the trade. Like, he was buying into the lavish lifestyle that he was living with the cars and the houses and stuff like that. And he just enjoyed watching him as entertainment. So I started watching him. I'm like, man, this dude's like 20 years old. He looks like he's 14. Like, how's he doing all this stuff? So I started looking into it, and obviously Ricky's main pitch was, stocks and stuff like that. So then I went on YouTube and started doing research, and I was like, and then I found Ross, and pretty much the rest is history. But essentially everyone that watches Ross is like, I can do that, right? Everyone says that. I can do that. And when you guys saw, if we go look at my very first trades, let's do this by date. The other way, my very first trades, that first day when I tried to trade like Ross, we lost $275, 60, 68, 561, 217 on the very first day I ever traded. I mean, we did make 463 on Nuwa, but that was actually an overnight trade. I bought on a huge dip into the close, and it ended up gapping up quite a bit the next morning. My career could have been over if that gapped down pretty heavily that next day. But Yeah, that was that literally my first day ever trading. Because I think I traded demo for like 2 weeks and I was killing it, just like everybody does, right? And I was like, I'm just gonna jump in and do this live. And yeah, that was my first day trading ever. That was brutal. You're talking about great poker players. When it comes to the market, people forget there are professionals, expert traders out there in the market too. Noobs without a plan are at a huge disadvantage. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was getting at. And in the market, there's way more. And I hate to make poker references all the time because a lot of people might not play poker. But imagine every time you went to sit at a poker table, you could only get dealt aces and you could play them. And every time you played them, you knew that you had a super high chance of winning. And you could risk what you want to risk during that hand. It's not sometimes you're going to get pocket aces, you're going to raise and everyone folds. It's you put the money in and your money's in and like you can risk what you want to risk. The thing is, every day in the market, you get to choose which hands you play, just like you do in poker. But when you're playing poker, sometimes you can sit there for 8 hours and never get dealt a pocket pair. You can never get dealt a good hand to play. And obviously, that's called being card dead, but it's true. And that happens in the market too. Like if you have a slow day in the market and your setup just never comes up, you might not make a trade that day. But imagine you can just sit at your desk every day for an hour and a half, 2 hours in the morning when the market opens and only play the pocket aces over and over again. And that's all you do. How amazing is that? And to know that if you have an edge with that and the strategy behind it is profitable, that you can just keep doing it over and over and over again. It's like literally going to the casino and sitting down and only playing pocket aces. That's not profitable in poker because you're only going to get pocket aces dealt. I don't know what the odds of it are, but it's very rare. But in the market, it happens very often. Once you have your pocket aces set up, it's going to happen a lot. Yeah, like Brian said, taking money out of the market is just way easier. So much easier. I always say it's like for how many great poker players there are out there, like I can't imagine like how good of a trader they would be because of how much easier it is. Like it's so much easier. CMEG DM? You started trading because of Ricky too? Bought his program? Oh, Zip Trader? Ugh. How was that with Charlie? Because I don't want to get too far into this, but Zip Trader was one of those guys that I always said he literally never showed you a single trade. Not a single trade that he ever took, did he ever show you ever. And yet he had all these subscribers because all he did was talk about penny stocks and, he talked about the things that 90% wanted to hear. And then he started selling a course and I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to forget about you. But it always made me laugh that a guy that literally has no proof that he knows anything that he's talking about is selling a course. It's crazy. Then to the Strat. Who is the Strat? Is that Ross? And now me? Well, if all that led you to me and ISW and Brian, then just say thank you. Because I went from Ricky to Ross and I, at some point like watched Clay for a little bit. I didn't buy any of their courses, but they're the ones that advertise. They're the ones that are going to catch your eye. Like you're going to see them first because they spend the money to make you see them first and they want to get your money. They're spending money to get your money. So there should be, a little something in there that clicks to make you realize what they're actually after. I do have a little bit of crypto holding. Nothing crazy big. I have a little bit of Bitcoin and a little bit of Litecoin. Talking about Abdel again, thank you for hitting that join button, man. I really do appreciate that, by the way. Talking about Ross and the momentum, Tim, did you go long when you started trading aggressively? If so, how was the transition to short biased, and what do you like about shorting honestly? So I've talked about this over and over again, but obviously I don't mind continuing to talk about it. I used to only long. I mean, you can see right here, long. There's a couple shorts in here, but I mainly went long at the beginning of my career because I didn't really know how to short back then. Granted, shorting is the same thing as going long, just going the opposite way. However, when you short these intense moves, you tend to realize you're running into a little bit more of an advantage, because think of it this way. If a stock is plummeting down, and think of this from, the 90%'s perspective, what is their first thought when they see a stock plummeting down? Their first thought's going to be like, whoa, what's going on with this stock? Like, let's go look for some news. Why is this doing this? Blah, blah, blah. So you're not going to have a bunch of people rushing to buy up the dip, right? If it's something that like really intensely moves down. However, let's reverse it. If you have something that's going straight up, now you got all the 90% saying, holy crap, this thing's going straight up. I don't want to miss it. FOMO, right? They're going to jump in. But then once it starts selling, once everyone starts taking profit, they're also going to be like, holy crap, this thing's not continuing as much as, it's not making me any money. I'm going to sell out to get break even. Then you got people like me and other people like me that are short selling. So now you have three people. You got the original people that are in taking profit. You got the people that bought in at the top that are now selling because they don't want to hold the bag and they just try to take their break even small loss type trade. And you have the short sellers all hammering it down at the same time. And that's why on the big moves up, you usually get the nice quick flush down, because you have three different types of people all pushing it back down once it hits that top, right? We look for that jiggle up top after the intense move, and then you usually get that push down. However, when something dips straight down, you tend to only get a couple people that are buying that dip, right? And then sure, you're going to have some people covering a short, but most of the people that were in that short are people that were probably looking to hold longer, because a little bit longer term, because there was no real reason for the stock to do what it did. So they're probably thinking, wow, nice move. Like, yeah, maybe they took off some of their position, but a lot of them aren't, necessarily going to take it all off. They might be looking for a bigger move down. And you're going to have some people like me that are buying the dip because it was such an intense move. You're probably going to get some kind of a pop back up. But the 90% are not looking to FOMO into this to the short side, right? And they're definitely not looking to FOMO into it to buy the dip. So now you only have two types of people that are making that stock try to go back up out of the dip, because a lot of people are looking at that like, whoa, what's wrong with this stock? I don't know if I want to touch this stock, right? So that's the mentality behind why I like shorting better than going long, is because you have more of an opportunity for that stock to come crashing back down versus a stock that dipped coming rocketing back up. And it's just, in my experience, watching both sides of it, I feel that it's just definitely the better way. And there's a reason why people that do short do well. I mean, there's a reason. Brian always says, there's a reason I do what I do, right? I'll leave it at that. I'm playing it safe with options. Trading the dollar and ETFs are the easiest way to make money. Screw individual stock trading. Hey, dude, if you have an edge, do it. Everyone's going to have a different edge. If you can find your edge and you can be profitable with it, hell yeah. That's all. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. There's millions of ways to make money in the stock market. If you can find one that's consistent, do it. Day trading with a good strategy is like counting cards in blackjack. Couldn't agree more. That's a good way to put it. Seriously, who stole the soul? I don't know what that means. Did I miss something? No Dogecoin? No Dogecoin. The only reason I have Bitcoin, to be completely honest, and I've had it since like 8,000, 9,000, 8 or 9,000, is because I was uh, with Jonathan and his I was with Jonathan and Circuit Coin, and I still am. I still support him. It's a racing cryptocurrency. It's a cryptocurrency coin geared around racing. And his goal is to eventually, at the tracks, you'd be able to use this coin to, pay for food and vendors and, merch and stuff like that. But I had a couple master nodes that I was then taking and selling some of the CRCT, which is the symbol for it, and getting Bitcoin to then pay for the masternode. So it was paying for itself essentially. And but then I stopped doing that, and I still had a little bit of Bitcoin left over from when I didn't pay for the servers last time because I had already paid for the month before, and it was literally like $15 worth of Bitcoin at like 8,000, and so I actually had forgot about it. So when I logged into my Coinbase, it was just sitting there, and I was like, oh, I got like $80 worth of Bitcoin. Because obviously 5x of $15 wasn't really that much, but it was more than I had. And then I think PayPal had like some promo where if you bought $10 of a cryptocurrency that they offered when they first started offering you to do crypto on PayPal, that they would give you a $10 credit versus your next purchase. And I was like, okay, like I use PayPal to pay for a lot of things. It's like a free $10 essentially. So that was how I got the $10 of Litecoin. Later, Jag. Have a good weekend, man. If you kept going long, I feel like you would have been a beast by now. Well, you say that because of the market that we were in. Imagine when the market is imagine if we get into a bear market and everything starts working a little bit more in the favor of shorts. Yet I'm making money in a bull market, so only shorting. Imagine that. I like Charlo, to be honest. This program taught me how to trade using my head and not so much emotion. The strat is a technique made by Rob Smith. I haven't heard of Rob Smith, so that's why it was that's why I seem clueless. His idea is to make every candle into a 1, 2, or 3. A 1 is an inside candle, 2 is a candle that breaks one side or the ever but never both. A 3 is a candle that breaks both sides of the previous candle. Then the patterns involving those numbers. He used to work on Wall Street and hedge funds, so on. Yeah, there's a lot of people that used to work on Wall Street and hedge funds. Doesn't necessarily mean they know what they're doing. I'm not saying this guy doesn't know what he's doing. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that use that same story. Brian's YouTube channel, FOMO Profit. It's funny what I'm going to say, but it's true. I am brainwashed as long bias after going through Ross's course. Don't get me wrong. I have learned a lot from him, but I see more potential in a short bias. I'm only going to say this once, but anyone can be long biased after watching Ross, because anyone can win if you get into a trade knowing that, there's 100,000 plus shares coming in behind you. I'll leave it at that, and I'm only going to say it once. I won't touch crypto. It's unregulated and has a heavy money laundering involvement. Also, countries are banning its use. Yeah, I'm not heavily into it, and I don't even have like YOLOs like some people do. I just literally I had that. I was supporting Jonathan, and I still do. And I just happen to have a little bit extra. And like I said, the one through PayPal, that was just free basically. So cash can be traced, crypto can't yet. They'll figure that part out. Cash tracing took down the mob. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people using crypto for that kind of stuff. That's for sure. Crypto can be traced by the blockchain. I thought the whole point of the blockchain was so that it can't be traced. Like you can trace it, but you can't trace it to an individual, right? I mean, I don't know. DM must be a boomer. Hey, I'm a boomer, right? I'm 35. I remember last year I thought I was 32. My wife's like, "You're 34," and I'm like, "Oh God." Oh, boomer? Really? See, I don't even pay attention to that crap. I actually, oh, well, I kind of do because I remember looking this up back when people were saying it all the time. I'm pretty sure I'm a millennial, actually. 1985. I think I fall right into the last millennial age. Let's see. Yeah. Millennials are those born between 1981 and 1997. So technically, I am a millennial. 1985. Or one of these, like, generations defined. 2019. So Gen Z, millennials, Gen X, boomers, silent. That's so messed up. Silent, like they're dead. Like, is that? Oh, that's funny. I'm getting my degree in business management. Hell yeah. All right. I think I'm done for the night unless you guys have any more questions. I am gonna get the wheel ready. You guys want to do the wheel? Is Brian here? Brian, are you here still? Feeling kind of juicy. You guys want to do a week giveaway for the ISW chat room? Haven't done one in a while. I haven't been here for 3 weeks. Probably have the white brick back on my head, Ma, because this is I wonder if I can turn the background black on this one. Let's see. It says it's on now. Oh, look at that. It kind of worked. Just had to turn it off and back on. Brian, you mind if we do a week of ISW? Feeling kind of good about it today. Actually, I have a decent amount of people in here too. Me, pick me. I think that means yes. Abdel, team package. Team package is where it's at, guys. I know it's a little bit more, but if you're serious about trading and you want to get in the room and actually talk to myself and Brian and David and Justin when he's in there on a daily basis, it's invaluable. Like, it seriously is. And here's your chance to get it for a week. But yeah, Team ISW, guys, is where it's at. I say it all the time. Like, I wouldn't be able to trade with ISW. It literally does all the hard work for you. I pull up the trades right off the scanner, and now you guys have a chance to do it for a week. If you want to be part of this giveaway for 1 week of the Team ISW, you get the scanners, you get me and Brian, you get all of it. Type 27 in the chat. Number 27. That's all I need from you. And I am going to start to put everyone down for the weekend amazingness giveaway. I already put you in there. Is it the third ward? Maybe? I feel like I might have been saying that word, but I'm going to put you in there anyway. Even though you just subbed. I appreciate the sub, man. Seriously. We just hit over 3,000. That's another thing while you guys are here. I do plan on doing a decent little giveaway for 3,000 subs, but I'm waiting until we get into the new house. So I know we just clicked over it, but I am going to be doing that probably like the end of May. I'll probably get a video out on that. All right. The highest, you are late, but if you're interested in the ISW giveaway for 1 week Team ISW package, all you got to do is put 27 into the chat. We're going to be doing that soon, but this that I am putting everyone's name down for is the ability to be the most awesome person going into the weekend. I do it every stream, and yeah. Let me scroll up. Jag was here. GDT was here. Thomas was here for a brief little moment. Zishan. A Pain. I want to die. I lost my money today messing with Tesla. Holy crap, I didn't see that. Don't know. You don't. No, dude. It's just money. This is why I hate money. It should not ruin. It should not run your life. It's like the main reason I hate it. It's because it does run a lot of people's lives. The Black Man's Guide. I'm just going to leave it at that. Love that name. 13th Street Warrior. There's a lot of people stop by today. I appreciate you guys being here. Sorry that I haven't been doing it as often as I usually do. But we will get back into the swing of things. Like I said, we just got a lot of things going on right now with the move and the kids and all that good stuff. Legend 27. He's destined to win. He's got 27 in his name. Rob Davis. Welton was in here. Damn, I missed you, man. I'm sorry. I must have been when I was skimming through. Hopefully you're still here, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Welton SEGLA. Very happy to see you're still trading and also sharing it on stream. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Boytz was in the house for a little bit. That's right. What up, Boytz? Boytz just comes here from my body. I think that... Oh, Brad was here. Can't forget Brad. Walton even tried to get you guys to hit the thumbs up. What a man. What a man. Lance was in here, but he retracted his message. If you're still in here, Lance, say something again. Lance Gelb. If not, I'm not going to add you. Looks like that might be it. Let me keep scrolling. I think we're almost to the top here. Yep, there's Thomas. Zishan was up there. Yep. Alrighty. We got 20 people. It's SEO related. My other account got banned. Search engine optimization. Yeah. I mean, I could copy paste, but it's easier this way because I can scroll while still typing. All right, let me get this one rolling. DM Abdel. Now I'm gonna tell you guys, if you win and you're in there for a week, you might end up spending the money to stay in there. So you're taking that risk. Just letting you know. Because you're going to realize how awesome and invaluable it is. Scriptwriter, what's up, man? I got to add you to the other one. You got in there when I was up top. Anyone just tuning in, I'm about to do a giveaway for the ISW team package. All you got to do is put 27 into the chat. We're going to do the spin at 10:30. And then right after that, we're going to do the spin for who's going to be the most awesome person going into the weekend. Zishan. Is Zishan the first one? Yeah, it looks like it. All right, Zishan, DM, Abdel. Yeah, White Hat. The highest. Rob. The Black Man's Guide. Scriptwriter. And I think we're good. Oh, Matt Morris. What's up, man? Got another lurker in the background there. Zishan is always first. He was first in the chat before the stream even started. Love it. Love it. Alrighty. Sounds good. We're just going to do it right now. We got 9 people. Good luck to you all. Before I hit the button, I want to say good luck, as well as if you do win, what you have to do is go into the Discord. Link is in the description down below. Find the link to the Discord. Join the Discord. Find me, Volatility Trading, in the chat and private message me and let me know it's you. And I will get you that info either tomorrow or Sunday. And if you need help getting it all set up, just let me know, and I will gladly help get you set up for Monday morning. I really hope that whoever wins does take advantage of it because, like I said, it's somewhere a little south of $100 value, but that's not the point. The real point is that in 1 week, you can learn a lot from being in that room. So I highly suggest that you take advantage of it. Ask as many questions as you want. Do not think that there's any stupid questions because there's not. We are there to help out as much as we can. Obviously, when things are busy at the bell, we might not be answering as much if you have questions, but just as things start to slow down, we are always more than pleased. That's definitely not the word I was looking for, to help out as much as we can. And being there with Brian for 1 week, I can't tell you how invaluable that is. Ask anyone that is in there now, and they will obviously let you know. So, alrighty. We're all here. I wouldn't have used the scanner since I only trade NQ and some ES. Well, I appreciate you not entering then, man. And I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the nice words earlier. I'm sorry that I missed you. I appreciate you being here. I didn't mean to diss the way. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. Brian is FOMO Profit. People don't put 2 and 2 together, but yeah, he is FOMO Profit. Bitcoin about to hit 60K? Is it really? Well, I'll check that afterwards. Here we go. Good luck to everybody. And clicky click. Rob or script. It's going to stop early. It's a Rob. Rob Davis, congrats, man. Again, Discord, find me, and we will get you all set up. All righty. For the one that is amazing. Who is going? You never win anything? That's how I always feel. Yeah, man, seriously. Come in, get that. I'll get it to you over the weekend. We'll get you set up and take advantage of it. Seriously. It's not an opportunity a lot of people get. And yeah, take advantage of it. Here we go. 22 people. Who is going to be the most awesome person going into the weekend? If you win this, I highly, highly suggest that you go and play the lottery. Get a scratcher. Do something because you're awesome and you're going to win. That's for entertainment purposes only. I don't actually mean that. Okay, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Once this is over, have a good weekend. I appreciate you all being here, spending the time with me. And I will see you guys Monday morning. So good luck. Oh, Brad the Baker. Brad better cook me some frickin' pastries and you better bring them to me. That's all I'm going to say. Brad, congratulations. I know you're not here. I think you would have said something earlier. I will let you know that you won the next time I see you. And off we go. Have a good weekend, everybody. Appreciate you being here again, and I'll see you Monday morning. Peace.